make those soft-locked, if not hard-locked myself in Majin Tensei. Because the game, when entering from the same entrance, at least on format, splits my party members for no apparent reason. Then enemies gang to the grill, and with that enemies surrounds the grill and make it unable to all spells. And with that I can't play the battle for losing a spell inside the grill, which is game over for me. Well, that is if I damage readers dice, then it is game over. And I saved the game only in one slot, and which leads to that situation. So it looks like I'm not finishing it. My only option is to save and kill the grill, but for which the grill may not be able to use spells afterwards still, or use cheats. But I'm not sure which could help me to avoid that situation. Okay, I guess I'll try getting out of the situations. By the way, I don't have an item that makes us to flee. I guess that's another option to for like getting it from enemies. Oh, nothing for aiming things, or I just didn't wait long enough for it, and maybe I made a mistake trying to cheat. So I just started that and no game. But I doubt I'll finish playing the game even with that, so while I'm making a video, I'll be playing a little bit, probably, or maybe not. But I doubt I will reach the same point. Like more or less I know the gameplay loop. Sorry about that, probably without concepts you may not understand, so maybe I should share details about the game. Like I didn't mention some details which helps the game to lead to the situations which I ranted about. So now it will be more or less as a regular level that I can make. Majin Tensei was developed and published by Ellis only for Super Famicom, and later for Wii and Wii U Virtual Consoles, and of course, in all of these cases only in Japan. Of course that means it's using a fan patch. This time it is by DTS translations. Okay, sorry that I pronounced it's the name. Premise is shared from auto-scrolling text before the main menu, which I wasn't able to fully read, but thankfully I recorded it. Basically, which is someone tried making a demon summoning program, but while testing it, demons broke out. And for once, the program is supposed to wait for humanity, and of course, which is a player character. The main menu is represented as a computer, and when starting the game, the player is prompted to name the character. After choosing what stats to increase, the player is sent to the gameplay. Oh, now it's back, giving stats points as a start of the game, which is strategy or tactical RPG. I guess SRPG or TRPG for short. Only how can I explain the gameplay? I guess basically like Fire Emblem games or Advance Wars games. No, that probably isn't enough. Well, actually, I'm not sure how to start to explain it. Well, you probably can see it from gameplay footage, but I still want to describe it in my own words. Well, the game is played only from top-down perspective, kinda, where the player can select one of the units and do any actions, including movement. And of course, all of the active units can be chosen for actions in the turn. and movement is style-based and varies based on it, and the rate of what the can move. Doing any other action except equipping equipment before moving, you won't be able to move Sonic. Angus combat also counts as style-based, varies by actions where you need to stand to target enemy for attack or ally for support actions like healing or removing status effects. For example, for melee attacks you need to stand next to each other to target, but with that the enemy can counter attack. And of course it's vice versa, if the enemy attacks your Oni, then your Oni can counter attack the enemy. Well, it's currently counter attack, not counting misses. Only range attacks are spells and demon skills, which can be used only as range attacks, like totals between you and the enemy needs to be so you won't be able to hit the enemies. With this, the enemy doesn't counter attack. So that means there aren't guns, so the player character can do only melee attacks, because he can clear magic. For RPG, turn-based RPG, it is understandable for this. Okay, I say it's a problem for this genre. Skill can be learned only by demons, only which are obtainable from fusions, but some fusion demons can learn skill. I'll talk about fusions later. However, each skill can be used only once per month cycle. More about the month cycle later in the video, maybe. How demons can learn skills? It's by them getting ranked, not levels. For every hit to the enemy Oni, the Oni creates experience, including demons, and of course some characters can level up, but demons can rank up. And of course there is demon forcing, and there is demon recruiting, which is impacted by the mount phase, but with that it is shown where there is a better chance to recruit them. In some cases, the demon won't allow even to talk with it, and then it does, but if they allow to talk with them, then it starts by either being gentle or aggressive. And with the right choice, you can recruit them, and finally, you can have multiple demons of the same species in your party. Finally, they figured out what to do about using the same species of demon together. Allow the player to use them. What is basic demon species? Is the alchemy stronger or weaker? Fusion transfer skills. There are two ways to fuse demons, from minor and on the field, moving one demon on the same time as a different demon. And for a long time I thought there was only the second method, which made the fusion expensive. I mean, because of summoning demons out, costs for summoning demons out. It's because after I was taught the later method, I was pulled out of the minor, and I thought I couldn't visit it anymore. I found about the first method when I found a different minor. About the demon summoning, because of course there is market currency which is needed not only for summoning demons, but also for recruiting them. And that's all. So there aren't any shops, only rack shops which only accept show files or whatever they count as, where you can exchange them for armor or demons, but the inventory is very limited. So if you want to get more stronger diamond from the shop, then you need to have full inventory of the same gel, of the same shovel, and nothing more. Or maybe that might not be enough. What is the reason to have inventory limit like this? I tried last Bible series at the 4th inventory limit, but this series takes a gate. And this is a didn't item that makes us escape the battlefield. By the way, using an item or spell to leave the vault makes us drop the money. I didn't notice if there was an entrance which would let us actually level without completing it. It's interesting where you came from. I only noticed it when it was a call of the level. Of course, there is magnetate, mag for shot. This time is only for demon moment. If a demon is active but doesn't move, then mag isn't used. Of course, because it is their RPG, then there is terrain bonus. Different onyx can move on different terrains, and lack effectiveness which either is weaker or stronger. But not super effective and permitted, not only for Avengers but also demons. However, you can save the game anywhere except Vault Map, and anytime before doing any actions in your turn. Then it is easier to save scam, but that might lead to at least soft luck, if not to art luck, like an example of that. I found out you can have multiple demons of the same species because the game gives you 3 demons as starters, and two of them are the same species. Already from the start of the game you can have up to 32 onyx, including the player character and the grill. Of course, there can be more to factions on the file, like a natural faction which is easier to recruit no matter what mod phase. I guess first-person stuff is in battle animations, which shows the sprites of foe is targeted. For example, for counter-attacks, it doesn't change the sprite for resist a counter-attack. And for different stuff, sprites get changed, for example like E-Link. Or for IO attacks or IO spells. It changes to all of the targets. The description of spells and skills are shown only when selecting sections. However, for IO attacks there is little time to read it because confirmations text is the description. Of course, levels are called scanner areas in this game. By the way, for scanner areas where the goal is to reach a point, only Avengers can complete it. Only here and there are dialogues, some are or may be optional, like visiting house, but only as an Avenger. And here and there are some dialogues after completing the level for the first time. Checking party members list is tedious, and checking status of one of party members closing it close all of the menu. And of course this game is difficult specs. Maybe one of them is a point where I get soft or art locked. In some instances, when entering the locations where you can progress forward from the back, you are teleported in the front in the locations and can't go from where you came. Or even on the floor map it isn't allowed to go back from where you come from. Like I already was boss of the level, but from different positions. But when I went on the vault map, I can't return from where I went on the vault map. Another Megami Tensei, well, a spin-off game, Majin Tensei, that I didn't finish. If I won't get into the soft or outlook situations, I will probably continue playing it. I mean on the same save file. Sure, it is my fault having only one save file and not having an item which would make us straight rate because of the inventory limit, and maybe other reasons. Maybe I needed to grind more in the previous level, which was only one accessible, but because of experience skin getting lowered, I didn't see the point of continuing doing so. So I tried progressing forward with the level or grinding in that for this level. I tried progressing forward or grinding with the level in which for no apparent reason, the real party member was in a different location than the player's character. When on the map, it seemed both entered from the same side. Or maybe this genre isn't for me, but I was at least trying out. And I couldn't finish it only because of art or soft lock. At least try it out for yourself if you can get the game in one way or another. Thanks for watching all of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, like the video, subscribe and comment. See you next time.